So there's a lot of talk, a lot of interest these days in bullion, both silver, gold, and I obviously like collecting silver more than gold. It's just more accessible, supposedly more useful because, you can trade, well, this value, supposed value in an ounce of gold is, pretty high, while silver, in a barter type world, you might find the silver more useful. But, I honestly don't think that the shit hits the fan scenario, that any silver gold's really going to be that useful. That's obviously a matter of debate, but if you think about, recent historical situations where, either natural disaster in a small environment like New Orleans, or even, the larger war zones, typically those types of communities don't move to this sort of precious metal barter system. And even if it's, complete revolution like in Iraq, they basically just create a new currency, fiat or not. It's just a new currency. So, I love this stuff here, but honestly, in that sort of shit hits the fan world, knife, much more useful in a barter type culture. Obviously food, going to be quite popular. Probably more so than most things. Tools, hammer, and nails, pretty valuable. Dry socks, probably worth their weight, maybe even in gold. Duct tape, very useful. Flashlight type stuff, useful as well. Even in Hollywood, you kind of get that perspective of, these types of items being a little more valuable. You see a lot of these scenes where someone trades their watch, for something or another. But really in that type of world, what good is time? You don't really matter. So, I continue to keep this stuff around, but, I'm not going to rely on it in a worst case scenario, which probably is not going to pass anyways. Time will always tell, but this stuff's good for a little bit of hedging and inflation and speculative fun. But let's be honest, I think most people realize if they're going to be in that worst case scenario, this is, who even cares about this? You could throw that stuff at people, but you can't plan it. You can't you can't burn it for heat. These are the things that are, and these are just common items. Obviously people are stockpiling food, so, maybe next time you're at the store, get a few more cans of food for your cupboard. But in the meantime, keep your silver around for fun and whatnot, but I wouldn't say move everything into it. Some people do, though.